On the 91st anniversary of the Indian Air Force, we have this very special episode coming to you from the Air Force Station in Hindon. And we're talking about an extraordinary operation, in fact, called Operation Kaveri, and the subset of that, Operation Wadi, with two of the air warriors who were involved, Wing Commander Vyas and Wing Commander Uniyal. Thank you so much for giving us time and, of course, hosting us in your own home base. Thank you so much. We know what was happening in the area in Sudan and virtual civil war. Could you tell us a little bit more on the background of the operation?
Okay, so as the news breakdown about the Sudan, and we came to know that the Indian people are got stuck over there and they want the evacuation from there. So our air headquarters has tasked us to position there and carry out this evacuation. So our planning started from then. It was a quick launch mission. Within a short period, we prepared for this mission and look out the possibilities of the airfield where we can land. So at the first go, we could make out that the Khartoum airfield, which was actually the epicenter also. We at the first go will not be able to land over there, and because of the limited intelligence available, and the major problem was at Khartoum city. So we suggested a airfield which is much south of that, which is Port Sudan. And for the initial phase, we've carried out evacuation of Indian diaspora from Port Sudan. However, the people who got stuck in the capital city couldn't able to even move by road till Port Sudan. So we suggested a airfield which is around 15 nautical miles to Khartoum, which is Wadi Sayyidna. You must have heard about that name, and we suggested that airfield so that we could go over there and take out that Indian peoples, those who were stuck and couldn't even able to move till Port Sudan.
Wing Commander Uniyal, this would have required a lot of preparation. What can you tell us about that?
This Wadi Sayyidna operation, especially which Wing Commander Vyas brought out, it started on 27th of April 23. And the Wadi Sayyidna airfield is located 15 nautical miles from Khartoum, which was the epicenter. So once this initial news was given to us, we had put up our plan, chalked out the entire thing which was required for the mission, and also worked out the contingencies. Having worked out about the plans and the contingencies, a detailed briefing was carried out. All this while, Indian Air Force was keeping a close watch on the ground situation at that airfield, so that a threat information which is specifically related to this mission can be given to us in time. And because of probably this comprehensive planning, we could achieve the success that we wanted.
Understood. Commander Vyas, again, it would have required massive coordination, especially because of the situation on the ground. If you could explain to our viewers that in terms of who was controlling what on the ground and in the air.
Okay, so for these type of operation, what we generally do, we take along the Garuds, the special forces of Indian Air Force, along with us. So being positioned at Air Force Station Hindon, we are co-located with the Garuds Con over here. So the most of the during the peacetime, we keep doing these practices and exercises along with them, which help us to understand each other's requirement, especially during this scenario where we have to land and evacuate the Indian diaspora or people at the earliest. So as soon as we got the go, we have jotted down a plan along with the Garuds and decided which element has to do which job. As we have landed in Wadi Sayyidna, there was the captain of the aircraft along with Garuds was on the ground and handling the situation, getting them people to move from the embarkation area to the aircraft swiftly and very safely, while the set of crew was available in the aircraft maintaining the communication so that as soon as the people are there, we are good to go. So it is like almost no talking as soon as we land, less of a talking and more of a work. That what is the coordination required, which we keep doing it on a daily basis at IF.
Again, if you could explain to us the difficulties that were happening in this operation while you were in Sudanese airspace.
So as we entered Sudanese airspace, the first thing what we encountered is severe weather, especially in terms of icing and turbulence. So as the mission unfolded, we encountered weather, moving into an airstrip which was completely unlit, and the airfield where there was no navigation aids, there was no communication. And still, we could do a dark out landing on that airfield. The major two contributing factor in this particular mission, which made this mission a success, I would give it to the state-of-art platform that we have, and also the kind of tactical training that we do, which is a very, very high standard, especially in terms of our dark out landing, which we practice so as to land on an airfield where absolutely if there is no light in the airfield and also in vicinity, we are able to execute the mission the way we wanted.
So then I want to take you a step further now. Now that you've reached the airfield, and of course there is no navigate, there probably no ATC, it's dark, you're not even sure of the runway. Explain to us what happened on the ground.
So the ground situation as we landed, the surface was degraded. There was no light on the runway and also in the vicinity. As we entered the dispersal area, there were a lot of people in the embarkation area. Finding our people from among the crowd was a difficult task. That was well coordinated with the aircraft commander and also the Garuds on. So this coordination on ground led to a faster embarkation and quick evacuation from that airfield.
There were a lot of dangers involved because of the situation, apart from the runway, no aids that you had to land. But Wing Commander, if you can just explain to us the platform and what lessons you've learned from these challenges that you've overcome in this operation.
Okay, so the platform is very capable to carry out all these type of operations. We have a state-of-the-art equipments available, which actually aid us to achieve these missions. The lesson learned, as far as goes, it is lesson learned is a continuous thing. It's not a thing that we learn in a go and you apply it. In this mission, we have validated our procedures and SOPs. The way we are practicing with our other elements of the Indian Air Force, we have validated this, and that gives us a fruitful result, which we could see. So it's a good thing for us to remember that these lessons, whatever we are practicing, we are good with that. And in case some requirement or some tweaks are required, that will definitely do in our procedures and will come up better in the next time.
Wing Commander Vyas and Wing Commander Uniyal, thank you again for explaining to us what happened during the op. Congratulations for the op, many more to come, and of course congratulations for Air Force Day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And for all our viewers, do send us feedback on this special interview that we've got you on Indian Air Force Day. You can also follow all our social media handles for the latest articles that we put up on our website, or interviews like this with both Wing Commanders at the Air Force Station Hindon. And if you are inclined to support us financially, there's a QR code on the screen.